award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in teen sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your teen sports. You can email or call us for all your teen sports needs. Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction.
The best thing to order is when you are sitting at soccer practice, order it through your phone while you're sitting there, and then you go and pick it up.
But you're much more of a planner than me.
I am.
And that's what I love about you.
Yes.
You know, I'm not that prepared. It's more seat of my pants.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Had an accident and in need of repairs? If you're being towed, make sure the driver knows where to take it. David White Body Shop to expedite the repair process. David White Body Shop has been in business over 42 years. They have factory-trained certified technicians, and they are a direct repair shop for most insurance companies. They make sure your vehicle is repaired to manufacturer's recommendations. Always insist on the professionals at David White Body Shop. Whether you're relocating into Jackson or just wanting something new and different, call Kenny Sutherland with 5-Star Real Estate Services. He can help make your dreams become a reality. With over 20 years experience and helping over 1,000 families with their new home purchases, there's a reason that he is your new construction expert and home buying specialist. Call Kenny today direct at 731-444-1164 or 731-661-9000.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles!
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Whether you're relocating into Jackson or just wanting something new and different, call Kenny Sutherland with 5-Star Real Estate Services. He can help make your dreams become a reality. With over 20 years experience and helping over 1,000 families with their new home purchases, there's a reason that he is your new construction expert and home buying specialist. Call Kenny today direct at 731-444-1164 or 731-661-9000.
This is not your typical car dealer ad. You usually see words like this and numbers like this. I'm not doing it. We have discounts. We have special interest rates, just like everybody else. What they don't have is me.
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 Me. Me. Buy your next vehicle where you feel comfortable, and that's with us. Visit online for savings and rates. You should already be here.
It's the off season, but it's the best season to buy at Aloha Custom Pools. Snag your dream pool now, and we promise you'll be splashing around by Memorial Day. What are you waiting for? Give us a call or visit us at AlohaCustomPools.com.
Why go on vacation when you can live on vacation?
Aloha Custom Pools will help you create your very own piece of paradise, and you can enjoy it every day.
What are you waiting for?
Take the plunge. Call Aloha Custom Pools or visit us online.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Hello folks, this is Gary Deaton, right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installation, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
This is not your typical car dealer ad. You usually see words like this and numbers like this. I'm not doing it. We have discounts. We have special interest rates, just like everybody else. What they don't have is me.
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 Me. Me. Buy your next vehicle where you feel comfortable, and that's with us. Visit online for savings and rates. You should already be here.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in team sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your team sports. You can email or call us for all your team sports needs. Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction.
Had an accident and in need of repairs? If you're being towed, make sure the driver knows where to take it. David White Body Shop to expedite the repair process. David White Body Shop has been in business over 42 years. They have factory-trained certified technicians, and they are a direct repair shop for most insurance companies. They make sure your vehicle is repaired to manufacturer's recommendations. Always insist on the professionals at David White Body Shop.
The best thing to order is when you are sitting at soccer practice, order it through your phone while you're sitting there, and then you go and pick it up.
But you're much more of a planner than me.
I am.
And that's what I love about you.
Yes.
You know, I'm not that prepared. It's more seat of my pants.
And good afternoon and welcome to Merrill Haas Field here, home of the Jackson Christian Eagles. and welcome to the BallGame Blitz TV Sports Network, produced by Worthy Road Studios on the Jackson Christian Facebook page. And it will be on several of those Facebook pages of Jackson Christian, including the Booster Club, but on the main one. And then later tonight, this game will be archived on Worthy Road Studios YouTube page. With me in the booth tonight is our great producer, Christopher Reasons. Of course, Billy Boland and Paul will be giving you some excellent shots, as also our stationary cameras. This is a big district game. We'll play here at Jackson Christian today, USJ and Jackson Christian. They'll move to USJ tomorrow to play the second game. Aces on the mound for both teams. We'll tell you a little more about that. But what you need to know is that we will have the first pitch, and we'll give you an exact time. The JV game got over a little earlier. The field maintenance was great and went ahead of time, so we'll be on our toes for that and keep you appraised of whether first pitch will be 6 o'clock or not. You've got one 9-6 team coming into this game. That's the USJ Bruins. They are a young team. The 8-4 Jackson Christian Eagles coming into this game, also a young team. We'll tell you more about the freshmen and sophomores that are playing. There's some juniors. Probably the least number of seniors for both teams I've seen playing in quite a while. Now, Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz covers all kinds of action. Some of the high school teams we cover are Jackson Christian, USJ, TCA, Peabody football, Sacred Heart basketball, and those games are broadcast on each high school's Facebook page. With great producers like the one I've got here. We've got other great ones. Billy Boland produces the USJ. He'll be producing tomorrow night's broadcast from the Bruins home. Now, we also do Union University home games, and that includes volleyball, soccer, basketball, softball, baseball. And to be honest with you, for the high school, we do a lot of those for the high school teams. And, of course, football being a big sport with the high school. Union does not have a football team, but Worthy Road Studios also produces Jackson Rockabilly baseball and Bethel football, and boy, they have been signing kids up at Bethel. And all of our games are archived to the YouTube channel of Worthy Road Studios. Executive producer for the BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios is our good friend and also boss, Paul Schultze, who works just as hard as any of us does. And don't forget, our advertisers make these broadcasts possible. We'll tell you about some of those in a few minutes. And we're going to come back after this important timeout for Jackson Christian USJ baseball game.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Whether you're relocating into Jackson or just wanting something new and different, call Kenny Sutherland with 5-Star Real Estate Services. He can help make your dreams become a reality. With over 20 years experience and helping over 1,000 families with their new home purchases, there's a reason that he is your new construction expert and home buying specialist. Call Kenny today, direct at 731-444-1164 or 731-661-9000.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit, plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000, plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles!
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello folks, this is Gary Deaton, right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installation, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
This is not your typical car dealer ad. You usually see words like this and numbers like this. I'm not doing it. We have discounts. We have special interest rates, just like everybody else. What they don't have is me.
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 Me. Me. Buy your next vehicle where you feel comfortable, and that's with us. Visit online for savings and rates. You should already be here.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Great American Sports, make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson, we specialize in team sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your team sports. You can email or call us for all your team sports needs. Great American Sports, make sports an addiction.
We are back here awaiting the, niceties of the game here on the Jackson Christian School Facebook page, produced by Worthy Road Studios on the BallGame Blitz network. The umpires are out there. The coaches will come out. They'll get the ground rules, go over those, present and exchange lineups, and they'll go through the TSSAA talk about sportsmanship and things like that. It's 74 degrees here at the field, and it's cloudy. The low tonight is supposed to be 66. Now, the wind is blowing from left field towards right field. We will have gusts at times up to 22 miles an hour but those gusts have been a little more infrequent than the weatherman told us they would be. But it's still going to be a factor, and anybody that's a left-handed pull hitter right now, the way the wind's blowing, the short right field distance, but good 15-foot fence up there down the line in right field. But still, both teams coming in here having won their last game. USJ beat Lexington Saturday 10-6, and you can see on our camera shot, you can see the coaches. They've got lineups in hands for the umpires. They'll exchange with each other also. And what a great shot. You see how we've got multiple shots. We have the long-distance shot. Now we can focus in. And like I said, we've got cameras operated by some of our great cameramen. We've got some still cameras that can give you shots. And sometimes we have more cameras than they do in the Southeastern Conference Network doing ball games. Worthy Road Studios, the leader. And if you want great advertising, some of you advertisers out there, we get more hits than anybody around here. And some great things happen. Matter of fact, while they're going over and you see Chase McLean, the home team, can explain the ground rules quite a bit. He's showing you some of the, I hate to call them idiosyncrasies of the park, but there are different things that you have here. Some of the advertisers that make this broadcast possible: Carlock Nissan, Aloha Pools, Jones Chevrolet, the Blacksmith Restaurant, Dynamics Physical Therapy, Humboldt Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, also Elite Dental, Bank of Jackson, McCoy's Heating and Air, and Deaton's Carpet One. We'll tell you about another group of our sponsors, and we will remind you that this is a copyright broadcast. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, editing, or further use of this contest without the express written consent of Worthy Road Studios is illegal. And that's not to kind of be sniffed at on that. You cannot edit these, and you must get hold of Worthy Road Studios before you use these broadcasts. Two fine young coaches going there. Chase McLean for Jackson Christian comes in with an 8-4 record. Danny Giles, coaching USJ, comes from a long family of athletes locally. His dad, Troy Giles, his mom, Pam Williams Giles, and both the Giles and the Williams have a long streak of history. Chase McLean was the pitcher, or he was an athlete on the, I believe, 2008 championship. He was an assistant coach on the 2014 championship, if my facts are straight. And they are announcing the starting lineups. And for Jackson Christian School, wearing for USJ, they've got opponent Jackson Christian on. For USJ, leading off, 36, Nash Kilburn. He's the pitcher tonight. Batting second, wearing number 27, Braden Jones, the second baseman. In the third spot, number 8, Clennon Harden. He's playing the number 5 spot, which is third base. Number 4 in the batting order, the cleanup man, the second baseman, or actually the designated hitter today, Noah Britt, wears number 28. Wearing number 10, Max Kilburn, playing shortstop. In the 5th spot. In the 6th spot is number 2, Logan Foster, who also plays first base, and we will have him down as a first baseman. 21, Harrison McLean. He plays left field in the 7th spot. In the 8th spot, Corbin Howard, who wears number 9. And I will rephrase that. He wears 17. He is playing right field. And I am getting these off of a different piece of paper. And number 17 in the 8th hitting spot is Corbin Howard, and he's playing right field. And the 9th place hitter is number 7, Wyatt Scott. He is playing center field, and the designated player, he won't be hitting, but number 15, Jake Martin, he'll be catching, and he's a good young catcher. Jackson Christian being introduced. Of course, leading off for Jackson Christian is Reed Cooper, wearing number 5, the second baseman. Hitting second, number 7, J.T. Mullins, playing right field. Hitting third, number 24, Zach Creasy. He'll be playing third today. Hitting fourth in the cleanup spot, number 22, Easton Jones, who is the center fielder. Hitting in the 5th spot, the designated hitter, number 21, Carson Holt. Hitting in the 6th spot is number 1, Austin Kelly. He is pitching today. Daniel Green hitting 7th, playing first. Eli Smith hitting 8th and catching. And Jack Collins, wearing 11, is hitting 9th. Let's take a timeout. We'll be back after this. Had an accident and in need of repairs? If you're being towed, make sure the driver knows where to take it. David White Body Shop to expedite the repair process. David White Body Shop has been in business over 42 years. They have factory-trained certified technicians, and they are a direct repair shop for most insurance companies. They make sure your vehicle is repaired to manufacturer's recommendations. Always insist on the professionals at David White Body Shop. Whether you're relocating into Jackson or just wanting something new and different, call Kenny Sutherland with 5-Star Real Estate Services. He can help make your dreams become a reality. With over 20 years experience and helping over 1,000 families with their new home purchases, there's a reason that he is your new construction expert and home buying specialist. Call Kenny today direct at 731-444-1164 or 731-661-9000.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles.
And you see the players breaking after the national anthem. We will tell you also for Jackson Christian, number 4, Cole Vargason will be the designated player playing shortstop today. Jack Creasy, who had a great fielding day on Friday and did a great job there. He's going to stay at third. Cole can play the infield. He played some second base the other day. The infield for Jackson Christian has Green at first, Reed at second, shortstop Cole Vargason, and at third, Zach Creasy. Catching Eli Smith on the mound is, some people would call this the ace of the staff, and he probably is number 1. Austin Kelly, who also plays a mean shortstop, too. Out in right field, J.T. Mullins. And, of course, Easton Jones, who's a fine football player in center field, can run like a deer and quicker than a hiccup. Number 11, Jack Collins in left field. Well, the first hitter to step in, and we are waiting our game changer to activate itself. And we'll take a little minute. The first hitter will be the leadoff man for USJ, and that is Kilburn. Max Kilburn. Or let's get it right. Let's make sure Nash Kilburn leads off. He'll be pitching. So you'll have the two pitchers facing each other right off the bat. And, of course, I believe the last time that Kilburn pitched was when he pitched the no-hitter against TCA that was rain-shortened. It was an 11-0 win. And I'm looking back at the stats, and, yes, it was a no-hitter. Jackson Christian's last game was a 19-7 victory that Daniel Green hit a home run that made it a walk-off deal. Cole Vargason scoring the important 10th run, and then another base runner came behind, and, of course, Daniel Green, who tattooed the baseball, scored the run. We are just about ready for varsity action here. Jackson Christian Middle School team playing over at USJ today. Kilburn, a left-handed hitter, and we'll remind you there are two Kilburns. That one is a quick strike thrown at a good spot, low at the knees and kept inside. Nash Kilburn wearing 36 today. Some days, according to their roster, he wears other jerseys. Swinging, fouling it off towards the USJ dugout. Outfield a couple of steps towards right field. This young man's a good hitter, gets on base very frequently. Here's the 0-2 pitch, hit on the ground. Charged by Reed Cooper, tosses it over, and it was beat out as the throw was a little to the backside of the base, and Green's foot came off, so we'll have to score that an error. That's the proper way. I had to think about my scoring rules, and we'll check it out here in a moment and make sure I am right. Almost a great start. Now that turns into something that you didn't want. Here comes Braden Jones up there. Good lead by Kilburn. That pitch outside. Jones is a freshman. Now Kilburn was a sophomore, and I didn't get to tell you that. One ball pitch not on the way. It's going over to first as you see a pickoff move. That's the old I know you there move. Trying to keep the runner. Jackson Christian's defense at double play depth. Kilburn edging towards the cutoff. They got him. We didn't get the ball. It was a little low, but they had him picked off then. Danny Giles at third for them. Looks like Coach Odell at first base. We'll check it out. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Curveball just missing. So it'll be 2 balls, no strikes. Pitching very carefully to Braden Jones. Here's the 2-0 pitch, high for ball 3. Don't want to get yourself, as Dizzy Dean, the late Dizzy Dean, a Hall of Famer, you say, oh, those bases on balls. There's the toss over to first, driving him back. Those take its toll because, remember, Kilburn's pitching. And it is 3-0 the count. Kilburn on first, don't think he'll be running, and he's not. And that one is high for ball 4. And so now runners at first and second. Jones walks. And that brings up the number 3 hitter, a senior, Clennon Harden. Harden, a good hitter, didn't have a good day against Lexington, but still an outstanding hitter. Here's the pitch to the plate, the breaking ball, and they say a little high. Sometimes early in a contest, it's an adjustment to the strike zone. Every umpire's is a little different. So a 1-ball pitch, 5 straight balls thrown. Kilburn dances off the base. That one is a strike right over that outside of the black edge of the plate. Low and away, tough place. The only place you can hit that one is to right field. J.T. Mullins out there for Jackson Christian. Green up almost even with the cutout. That one just missing, runs the count to 2-1. Could be a tight strike zone coming today. I'm still a little early to pass judgment. An error is all we have in a game and a walk. 2 runners on with no outs. Jackson Christian, you see Kelly step back. The hitter steps out. Cole Vargason in at shortstop. This one fouled off. It'll get out of play and even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 runners on, but no outs in the inning. Still got part of the crowd coming in. Good crowd down the right field line. Good crowd. Jackson Christian almost has their side filled up. And again, you can see this game. Here's the pitch. Drilled. Will it get by? It's a base hit. They're going to wave the runner around. Coming up, throwing hard. Now they hold him up. Because a great relay. And I'm going to tell you what now. Our left fielder, Collins, came up with it in a hurry. And that young man has a cannon for an arm. So the sacks are jammed. Kilburn at third. Jones at second. Harden at first. And the designated hitter, freshman Noah Britt, wearing 28, is up there. Strong-looking young man. And back at second and short. It's going to be a tight strike zone, or at least it is right now. There at double play depth, Green is. Creasy the only one up on the edge of the grass, not quite on it, but close. The 1-0 pitch fouled off, evens the count at 1-1. And it looks like if it's hit anywhere but to third, Jackson Christian prepared to give up the run for an out or maybe 2 outs with a double play. Here's the pitch. Fouled off, it's 1-2. Now this is a strikeout that Austin Kelly, the junior pitcher, would love to have here. He had a good outing the last time out. He beat Tipton Rosemark 6-0. We see Nick Stamper sitting in front of us, who coached in the JV game beforehand. Swinging strike. Now that's part of what Jackson Christian needs right there. First strikeout for Kelly. That brings up Max Kilburn, the shortstop. He's a junior. He's a right-handed hitter. Front foot just a little bit in front of the plate. And now the umpire holding up the contest for a moment. Not sure what the reason is, but let's see if Kelly goes out of the stretch or full windup. Looks like it's going to be a full windup. That pitch outside, and Eli Smith does a good job of getting out there. Runners scurry back. Infield still at double play depth. I do think Creasy will come home with it if he gets it. The 1-ball, no strike pitch. Good framing, but like I said, this umpire seems to be squeezing it a little bit. 17 pitches already thrown, and you really would like to get out of this inning with 15 or less pitches. Here's Kelly's 2-0. That one a strike. Easton Jones maybe a step or two towards right field. Straight away is Jack Collins in the left. J.T. Mullins straight away. Here's the pitch. Interesting. 3-1 count. You don't want to walk or run home, so you do. Do you bring the Von Ryan Express down Main Street? Or do you chance the corners and keep it low? Here's the 3-1 pitch. Drilled towards right field, but foul. It'll be 3-2. There's 1 out. Bases are jammed. Ducks on the pond, if you prefer that term. And I don't think you'll see the merry-go-round start on a 3-2 pitch with 1 out, because you could slide right into a double play. Got him, and that was a great pitch. And in defense of Max Kilburn, you almost could not have hit that pitch. And if you keep in score, you put the backwards K in the book. There's 2 outs. If Kelly can get this one, and now you knock it down, you've got to force it any base. As an infielder, you definitely don't want it to get through. Junior Logan Foster, the first baseman, comes up there wearing number 2. Breaking ball for a strike. Kilburn, Jones, and Harden, the runners that are on for USJ. Kelly and Smith, the battery. This one drilled. It's a base hit. It'll score at least 2 runs. It's in the gap. It may score 3. 2 runs across the plate. They're sending, and it is. It's going to clear the bases. And a stand-up double. And 3 RBIs for Logan Foster, the first baseman. And 3 RBIs right there. Well, actually, we'll score it that way. And all 3 runners that were on scores. Big commanding 3-0 lead here in the first. And that will bring up freshman Harrison McLean, and he's the right fielder today. Foster with a big lead. That one outside. We'll mark the double. We've had a single and a double. That's the only 2 hits, 1 error. We'll double check that and make sure the official scorer is with us on that one. This one popped up deep, going back. And it is gone. And a home run for number 21, McLean, the freshman, to the opposite field. He's a right-handed hitter. You think of him pulling, and that's a home run to right field. And 2 more runs cross the plate And USJ has jumped on Jackson Christian 5-0, and a lot of stir out of the USJ dugout. And their fans very happy about that, which they should be. Corbin Howard, the right fielder, who also plays for the football team. He's Darren Pritchard's quarterback. He's facing another quarterback in Austin Kelly. There's the curveball in there for a strike. If I didn't tell you, Corbin is a junior. Kelly has thrown 26 pitches. Another good breaking ball for an 0-2 count. That'll be the 27th pitch, and that's close to almost 2 innings worth of pitching here just in the first inning. And the ball's going to get away, and this is like a Murphy's Law game. The hitter actually struck out, but you don't count it out. Has to be handled by the catcher, and it got away from him. And Corbin's actually swung at a bad pitch. And he gets on first because of the pass ball, we'll call it, or wild pitch. We'll see the official scoring on it. Jackson Christian should have been out of the inning, and Wyatt Scott, the center fielder, the senior, is the 9th man to bat in this inning. Fouls that one off. And you got to feel like in the Jackson Christian school book that Murphy's Law is going right now. If anything can go wrong, it has and it will. So they've got to fight their way out of a 5-0 deficit. Could be more depending on what happens with this hitter. Curveball in there for strike 2. Let's see the 0-2 pitch. Let's see if Kelly uses a waste pitch to try to draw the hitter into a bad swing. Good center field shot by our Worthy Road cameras. Popped up. Who's going to take charge? Looks like Cole Vargason wants it. Gets it, covers it, third out. But the damage was done. 5 big runs on 3 hits, one of them a home run, and 1 man left on base. At the end of a half inning of play, USJ 5, Jackson Christian coming to bat. Let's take a timeout on the Jackson Christian Worthy Road Studios Network.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
The best thing to order is when you are sitting at soccer practice, order it through your phone while you're sitting there, and then you go and pick it up.
But you're much more of a planner than me.
I am.
And that's what I love about you.
Yes.
You know, I'm not that prepared. It's more seat in my pants.
And USJ hit Jackson Christian with a 5 spot, including a home run, a 3 RBI single. The crafty left-hander, Max Kilburn, on the mound for USJ. The Eagles of Jackson Christian will have number 5, Reed Cooper, the second baseman. Right fielder, J.T. Mullins hitting second. Zach Creasy will be hitting third, and if needed, Easton Jones fourth. Errors and walks have hurt us.
Excuse me, guys.
And, of course, some people forget and stand in front of the press box. And I am back. Had to do a little housework there very quickly. And here steps in the junior Reed Cooper playing second base. Did not play Friday against Riverside. And there's a strike. Kilburn didn't waste any time throwing that first strike. We know him as a crafty left-hander. Just missing. Umpire's consistent with where he's calling, or has been so far. High for ball 2. The infield, Foster at first, Jones at second. The other Kilburn at second, or at short. And here's a pitch, runs it to 3-1. Harden at third, the outfield, Howard in right. Scott in center, McLean is in left field, catching is Martin. Ball 4, and Reed Cooper has done what the leadoff man is supposed to do. He has drawn a walk. J.T. Mullins, a good hitting right fielder, will come up there. Hitting left, wears number 7. He is a junior. And, of course, J.T., a lot of people make mention, I probably mentioned too much, is wearing the same number that Mickey Mantle. There are other people that have worn 7, but infield at double play depth. Hard to steal sometimes on a left-hander, although Lou Brock of the Cardinals used to say he could steal better on a left-hander than a right-hander. Kilburn coming to the plate. There's a ground ball, and I'm going to wait for the official score. I think I'd give him a hit because I don't think Harden had a chance down there at third to get that one. And they agree with me. It is a base hit. We've got runners at first and second. No outs. And the powerful Zach Creasy comes to bat. Zach, very capable. Matter of fact, last week, I believe we saw him early in the week hit one over the left field fence. Foot just slightly in front of home plate. Good wide stance. Pitch a little low for ball 1. Infield still at double play depth. Here's the pitch. Swinging and fouled off, or did it just hit there was a big rip at it. That's better wind than what the wind is actually blowing because he was going for the downs. Kilburn with 8 pitches. Cooper at second. Mullins at first for Jackson Christian. Good eye. You saw the umpire, and it is 2-1. Zach Creasy usually a very tough out. Right fielder Howard slightly towards the right field line. Now he comes in a step or two. Deep and left. And that pitch, 2 inside. Not great grammar. The English teachers will be after me. 2 inside. Should have said way inside. 3-1 the count. Let's see what comes out of Kilburn's hands. They fouled off strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Let's see where Harden, the third baseman, sets up. He knows there's really no threat of a bunt here. So he's about 3 steps off of the grass of the infield, maybe 4. Kilburn checks both runners, comes to the plate, and they call him out, taking. So, again, if you're scoring at home, that's a backwards K, 1 out, and the runners advance when the ball gets away from the catcher. You cannot advance to first when first base is occupied. Brings up junior Easton Jones, who I don't have the latest hitting stats, was hitting around 400. Easton slightly open stance. You see a look at that. Just a little low because it really was tempting the corner then, that outside corner. 1 ball, no strikes. Runners in scoring position. A single will bring 2 home. Good cut by Easton, but did not make contact, so it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. You can see it on the Worthy Roads scoreboard. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Hit up in the air. It's going back. Looks like the left fielder. He got back there, and that one just kept going. Mr. Wilson, we need a new baseball. A 3-run shot for Easton Jones, and that gets the game a whole lot closer. 3 RBIs. Cleans the bases. And Easton Jones right now for Jackson Christian, the kind of the hero of the hour. It's a 2-run ball game, and that brings up the powerful Carson Holt, the designated hitter. He's a left-handed hitting junior. He waiting to get an injury healed so he can pitch a little bit, but that injury is close, but he can still hit. Curveball to him, and that one a strike. That's a good pitch to throw a left-handed hitter. Nash Kilburn kept that one low and inside. The 0-1 pitch in the same place, basically, and it's an 0-2 count. Carson usually draws a lot of walks. Kilburn just happened to throw it in the right spot, and it hit him, and he'll go to first base. Carson has a great on-base percentage. And like I said, we'll try to get, before the next baseball game, updated set of stats from Chase. He does such a great job, but he has to handle a lot of situations. Austin Kelly can help himself. Austin also has some home run power. I believe that Nash Kilburn will pitch him very carefully. Swinging strike one. That's one of those pitches Austin would like to have back, and Kilburn's probably saying, I'm glad that one was foul because I got it up just a little more than I wanted to. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, a runner at first. Now Carson won't take a big lead, especially against the left-hander. And that one right on the black edge of the plate on the outside, so it's an 0-2 count. Austin just wants to protect the plate, make sure he makes contact. The high leg kick, it's outside. Now you can watch if that back foot crosses the back leg. Now this is a watch. Kilburn's done a good job of holding people on. He brings the leg up. Good. He's coming plateward. This one drilled, but it's going to go foul. We'd still be running right now if it was a fair ball. It rolls all the way down to the corner. So still a 1-ball, 2-strike count. And you couldn't hit it any better. It just had a hook to it. 1-ball, 2-strike. Let's see what Kilburn and the dugout comes up with. Of course, pitches being called from the dugout. High and outside. They set up out there, and Kelly pretty good at going to right field. I don't think that was a pitch out because Carson's not running right now. Trust me. Later he may run. Not today, though. Here's the pitch to the plate. Popped up and out of play, foul ball. Somebody asked me why I said Mr. Wilson, we need a new baseball on my phone over here. I have 2 phones in here. One of them, some people send text on. That's because we play with Wilson athletic equipment like Wilson football. You can play with other things, but Wilson is the official sponsor of TSSAA footballs, baseballs, basketballs, etc. like that. 2-2 count, 1 out. Kilburn on the mound going against Kelly. It's high, and it'll be 3-2. With only 1 out, I don't think they'll be running Carson. Sometimes Coach McLean will send a runner in for him. Here's the pitch. It's high. Walk. Kelly did a magnificent job of hitting then and working his way into a walk because he was 0-2 in the count. Runners at first and second, and they're going to come out and talk about this a little bit because here comes a very, very dangerous man to the plate. 2 home runs last week. One of them 380 feet over at Tipton Rosemark. And I got a Tipton Rosemark fan to confirm that they thought it was about 375 to 380. And most of our fans thought it was that deep. And let's see what's happening here. May just be your release point's bad. We want you to focus more on the hitter. Your defense will play behind you. Now, USJ will obviously set up at double play depth because there's runners at first and second. Daniel Green is a senior. He'll go play tight end for the University of Tennessee Chattanooga. And I think he'll get a lot of playing time, but enjoying a great year at the plate. His blow ended the Riverside game. Home run over that left field. Now he just wants to see it and hit it. He does best when he does that, hitting. 5-3 the score. That one a little low because Daniel is a tall guy and he's got high knees. So 1 ball, no strike count. There's a courtesy runner, and we'll get the courtesy runner in a minute for Kelly. Here's one on the ground. Could be 2. And over to first, and that will be a twin killing. He hit it hard enough, but right at the shortstop. 6-4-3. And that will get the inning over, but 3 big runs on 2 hits. And no errors, so it's 5-3 at the end of 1 full inning of play. Let's take a timeout on the Jackson Christian Facebook.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle. And at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive in Jackson for full details and see available styles in person.
We are back at the end of 1, ready to start the second. 5-3 USJ leads Jackson Christian. And a cute young man came over and thought we were the concession stand. He was very nice. And Paul and I tried to give him some directions. USJ will start back at the top of the order as Kilburn was on with an error in the first inning, and he scored one of the 5 runs. Here's Kelly's first pitch, ground ball. Kelly will pick it off, run halfway there, the underhand toss, and there's 1 out. Score that 1-3. That's pitcher to first, 1 away. Now, Braden Jones, the freshman second baseman who walked, he'll be coming up there. He also scored a run in at first. Straight away in the outfield and infield normal depth. This one popped up. Let's see who's going to call for it. Looks like JT's going to call off the second baseman. Makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. Score that F9 to the right fielder. 2 outs brings up Harden, who had that big single. That loaded the bases. Great job by Jackson Christian. Harden slightly open stance, steps towards the plate, goes towards right field. This one will get out of play. And it did not hit any of the cars. And a pitch for a ball, 1-1. 34 pitches total. It's helped getting them out so quickly. David White Body Shop, help any of you that does get hit with a baseball. On the ground, Cole Vargason, first chance, crow hop step, shoots to first, gets him by a step, and the inning is over. We'll score that 6-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. The score at the end of 1 1/2 innings, USJ 5, Jackson Christian 3. We'll be back after these important announcements on the Jackson Christian Worthy Road Studios Network.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, No matter what you're wearing or not, shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
New Nissans are rolling in. Over 70 new Nissans to choose from. That means special incentives. 0% financing up to 60 months. And invoice pricing, so you pay what we pay. Plus over 70 pre-owned units. Something for everyone. Certified pre-owned too. Luxury vehicles. BMW, Lexus, Alfa Romeo, and much more at Carlock Prestige. Check out all we have to offer at CarlockNissanofJackson.com. You should already be here.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
Back for the bottom of the second, Eli Smith, the catcher for Jackson Christian, leading off. First pitch is high. That should be the 30th pitch for Kilburn. He has thrown 14 strikes. Here's one popped up. Converging, looks like it's going to hang long enough for the center fielder to come on and get that one. And Smith flies out here in the second. For the first out, Jack Collins, the left fielder, coming on. Jack Collins wears number 11. Hits left-handed. Front foot just about even with the plate. There's the breaking ball. Has to duck it. That one came in with, and let's see, we can't get our game changer to change. That, I believe, is the 32nd pitch. That one low and inside for ball 2. And I was right, because game changer confirms that. 5-3 your score. USJ leads Jackson Christian. There's a nice pitch for strike, so it's 2-1. Top of the order coming up for Jackson Christian. One out in the inning. Kilburn on the mound. You see time being asked. Great shot right there. Now our center field camera. And you only get these kind of multiple shots with Worthy Road Studios. That one inside. It's a 3-1 count. Let's see if they green light him. Give him the caution where only if it's a fat strike that you can hit, or if they are having the hold sign and you cannot swing. 3-1. It's low. It doesn't matter. And Collins sprints down to first base with a walk. He is a threat to steal. Very quick young man. Good bunter, and Reed Cooper coming up to the plate. Walked his last time up. You see a good shot of that. Reed's foot just barely in front. A balanced stance, though. Left-hander will give a good look to Collins because he knows Jack is fast. That one low. I know one time Henry Aaron, I got to talk to him, and he said, see it and hit it. Here's a pickoff move. Jack was back, wasn't caught leaning. And sometimes we overcoach hitters. If they see it, keep their head in there. You're supposed to see it come off the bat. That was one of the big things that Aaron always emphasized. It gets away from the catcher, and they're going to hold the throw up. And now a runner in scoring position and one Jack Collins. We'll remind you that USJ's infield is Foster at first, Jones at second, Kilburn at short, and that is Max Kilburn, and the third baseman is Hardin. The 2-0 pitch, breaking ball high. It had a little spin to it, but it didn't break much. 3-0. Runner at second with one out. That one is low, and that puts the force on, though. 2 walks today by Reed Cooper. They used to have a guy a long time ago, many of you won't remember, named Eddie Yost, who was known as the walking man. He drew so many walks. Another guy that played a long time ago, Alvin Dark, was really good at drawing a lot of walks. Of course, he did his by fouling off a lot of pitches. And a good job, and I don't know whether the dugout told him or not, but the catcher for USJ, Jake Martin, goes out. And they're going to double-check the signs with the runner on second. Yeah, you can see Jake and them covering their mouths so that the Jackson Christian team cannot pick up their signs or see. Sometimes you can read lips and learn a lot. Infield at double play depth. And Jack can get a bigger lead because unless it's the shortstop or second baseman's going to do a little bit of driving him back towards the bag. But when he breaks away, you can get a big lead. Here's Kilburn's pitch. In the dirt, and the catcher did a great job of blocking that one. Block it, keep it in front of you, and come up and pounce on it like a cat pouncing on a mouse. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 runners on, 1 out. JT Mullins at the plate. And you don't have to throw. And for all the people that like to holler balk on that, there is no balk. Perfectly legal move. You see Collins making a little break. Drilled on the ground, it could be a 2 ball. They'll go to second for 1. A good slide and a legal slide broke it up. It's first and third with 2 outs. So Mullins on with a fielder's choice. Goes 4-6. And they get Reed Cooper for the second out. Zach Creasy, who had a single, he struck out his last time up. I don't know why the circle is up there. You got to count. Oh, I know what it is. It was the first out of the inning. So we'll take the circle and put it in a different spot. Nice pitch on the outside part of the plate. 0-1 pitch with 2 outs. Runners at first and third. Let's see if Jackson Christian's running over there at first. Swinging, strike 2. Creasy's head a little bit down the third baseline. You've got to see that ball hit the bat. You never take your eye off of it. You see his stance, a lot like Joe DiMaggio's old wide stance, which was a good one, because DiMaggio hit over 300 his entire major league career. Fouled off, still holds at 0-2 with 2 outs. Hitting in the third spot, and a young man that could drive 2 runs in very easily, or 3 with a home run. He's had a home run already this year. But an 0-2 pitch, he's got to guard the plate here and make contact. JT Mullins, he's going. There's a foul ball, and nice set of footwork. I hope you saw that on our game shots of Jack Collins down there. Avoiding, you want to run in foul territory. He avoided the ball because it's not fun. And we see that JT was running. It's still an 0-2 pitch. We'll do it again with 2 outs. I seriously doubt they'll throw through if it's a ball. Creasy must guard the plate here. Kilburn in the stretch, comes to the plate, and it's high. They did not run. Surprised me just a hair. One and 2 the count, 2 outs. The hitter is Creasy. The pitcher is Kilburn. Kilburn's going to check the runner at first, come to the plate, and a swinging strike 2 or 3. And that ends the inning with no runs. There were 5 hitters came to the plate, and you had runners left at first and third. We'll be back after the end of 2, 5-3. USJ leads Jackson Christian on the Worthy Road Jackson Christian Network.
It's the off season, but it's the best season to buy at Aloha Custom Pools. Snag your dream pool now, and we promise you'll be splashing around by Memorial Day. What are you waiting for? Give us a call or visit us at AlohaCustomPools.com.
Why go on vacation when you can live on vacation?
Aloha Custom Pools will help you create your very own piece of paradise, and you can enjoy it every day.
What are you waiting for?
Take the plunge. Call Aloha Custom Pools or visit us online.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabilly, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
And we are back here. Austin Kelly comes back to the mound. Kilburn has thrown 48 pitches, 22 of them strikes. The big man, Noah Britt, the freshman DH, is at the plate. He hits cleanup for them, wears number 28. As this squad gets older, not many seniors on the squad. 0-2 the count. Matter of fact, Wyatt Scott, one of the seniors starting. Clennon Harden, the other senior that is starting, and everybody else is either juniors or freshmen. Here's one fouled away, out of play. Oh, and no ball, 2-strike count here in the top of the third. Kelly's pitch popped up. Coming on is the right fielder, J.T. Mullins, and he gloves it for the first out. One out, and Max Kilburn, who struck out his first time up, he's a junior, wears number 10, plays a very good shortstop. Here's Kelly's pitch. Wow, interesting. Again, the umpire has a better look, so I won't fuss much. 1 ball the count, 1 out. Kilburn up there. That one is outside the breaking ball, a good idea, but it was breaking out of the strike zone before it got to the plate. That one is right at shoulder high, which is part of the strike zone. For a strike, 2-1 the count. And Steve Beverly, who will be doing the game tomorrow. Here's a ground ball. Cole Vargason side fields it, throws to first, and the young man gets the out over there to Daniel Green. So 2 outs in the inning, 6-3. Cole also pitches for Jackson Christian, does some courtesy running. And 2 outs in the inning brings up Logan Foster, who had that big double. Kind of cleaned the bases, 3 RBIs. You see he's got a balanced stance, picks that foot up. High chopper. Vargason across the body over to first, 6-3. He gets 2 of the 3 outs in the inning. And again, you can say no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 2.5 innings of play, USJ leads Jackson Christian 5-3 on the BallGame Blitz and Jackson Christian Network.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
It's the off season, but it's the best season to buy at Aloha Custom Pools. Snag your dream pool now, and we promise you'll be splashing around by Memorial Day. What are you waiting for? Give us a call or visit us at AlohaCustomPools.com.
Why go on vacation when you can live on vacation?
Aloha Custom Pools will help you create your very own piece of paradise, and you can enjoy it every day.
What are you waiting for?
Take the plunge. Call Aloha Custom Pools or visit us online.
Easton Jones has come into the batter's box, homered his last time up to face Kilburn. Very good football player and center fielder both. This one he got under it, and he would love to have that pitch back because I guarantee you if he doesn't get under that one like he did, that one is gone too. Easton wears number 22. He's a junior, and he is quick as a hiccup. Glad to have you here with us on the BallGame Blitz and Jackson Christian broadcast and their Facebook. This one a ball, 1-1 to count. Kilburn's thrown 49 pitches unofficially. I'll check and see if I am up to date on it. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Grounded foul and a good play by one of the coaches over there. Didn't see which one. I know it wasn't Coach McLean because he was busy with instructions. So a 1-2 count. Let's see if the curveball comes to Easton Jones. Just outside. They were trying to work away from him. Easton capable of hitting to right field. And I believe I've seen him associated with some rankings and some baseball publications this spring. And that one he was going for the downs but struck out swinging for the first out. And I need to check, but I believe 3 strikeouts and 53 pitches. Carson Holt, who's 0 for 0 officially because he was hit by a pitch, a 2-strike pitch at that. That one high. Carson has home run capability, especially to right field. Strong young man, still getting over an injury. This one got under it a little bit, much like Easton, and that one got out of play. Hit towards right field, and it carried a little bit. So it's a 1-1 count on number 21, the junior, Carson Holt. His sister plays softball. She's down there playing right now, and we'll try to take a peep at their scoreboard in a moment and see. His mom, one of the great athletes of all time at Northside High School. That one, the 57-foot pitch bounces off the catcher's mask over towards USJ dugout. One of the coaches picks it up there, flips it back to the umpire. That's the gentlemanly thing to do. A lot of fine people here at this ball game and also on the field. The 2-1 pitch. Just missing. And trust me, folks, it just missed. So it's 3-1. Carson Holt. Jackson Christian would love to get him on base. Coming up behind him is Austin Kelly. That one is too low. It was across part of the plate, but it was way too low. Kilburn and his catcher, Martin, have a little communication. Here comes Austin Kelly, who was behind 0-2 in the count, worked a walk out of the situation. Holt at first. This one popped up. Second baseman's going to take charge. That one kind of got off the fist, not what Austin wanted. Guarantee you that Nash Kilburn wanted that. So 2 outs in the inning. Daniel Green up there. He hit it hard. He tattooed it, but it was right at the shortstop. And Max Kilburn did a great job fielding it, and they turned it into a double play. Green's foot about 6 inches in front of the plate area, and his hands got tied up that time. He has to extend them, and that's a strike. It's a good pitch. See a great picture of Daniel Green, the UTC signee. Got another great shot. Popped up deep, deep, deep. Going back is the right fielder. Makes a nice running catch. Green drove it a long way, but that's the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. At the end of 3, it's 5-3. USJ leads Jackson Christian. We'll take a timeout on the BallGame Blitz and Jackson Christian Network.
No matter where you are, You can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
We are back with all the scoring in the first. 5-3 USJ has the lead here at Murrell Haas Field. 5 runs, 3 hits, no errors for USJ. 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Jackson Christian. Austin Kelly on the mound wearing number 1 for Jackson Christian. Harrison McLean, the freshman right fielder, will come up to hit here in the top of the 4th. Infield at normal depth and straight away. Zach Creasy not playing him for a bunt. And drill down the line. Zach may have gotten a piece of glove on it. And this young man really got a rip. And he had a home run his first time up, so Harrison McLean is 2 for 2. Homer and a single. That brings up Corbin Howard, the right fielder, who struck out his first time up, but got to first when you had a pass ball or a wild pitch, and I have still not checked the determination on which one. Doesn't matter, he still got there. Jace McLean checking with the umpire about something. Probably brought him a baseball or two, although it looks like getting a little low in the pouch on baseballs. McLean at first for USJ, the jump turn throw. He was back. He didn't have a real big lead. Now Austin that's his good move. He's got one better than that to first. There's the jump turn again, driving him back. That takes a little steam out of the runner when you do that, but it also gives the runner where he can get a little timing on your move, so you want to vary the speeds of your move. Wait. Looks like it is not ready to go. I thought he shifted it just a little. Thought for a minute he's going to go, and I saw his first base coach step up to him and say something. So something amiss there, and the first pitch missed. It's a ball. Corbin Howard up there with a 1 ball, no strike count, a runner on first. There's the jump turn again. Jackson Christian suspects that something is on. Vargason would have to cover the way they're playing this hitter. This is a bunt. They'll have to go to first. Green gets back. He'll walk the ball back in with the eye on the runner at second. A nice sacrifice for Corbin Howard. 1 out in the inning, a runner in scoring position. And Wyatt Scott coming up there. He popped out to the shortstop. He wears number 7. He is a senior. Top of the order, ready to come up next. Infield at pretty well normal depth for this situation. This should be a base hit. They'll score the run, even though JT has cut it off, being a left-hander and heading that direction. Scoring the sacrifice pays off. And scoring from second is Harrison McLean. It's a 6-3 ball game now. And a RBI single for Wyatt Scott. Brings up the top of the order. Nash Kilburn. He's 0 for 2 because he was on with an error. An error does not count as a hit. Fouls off the first pitch. And the left-handed pitcher today, he's a pitcher. He also can play out in the outfield. He's getting good run support. He's got 3 runs, a little more cushion than just that 2-run lead. Here's the pitch, and it's strike 2. Nice pitch. Would have been tough to have hit. 0-2. Kilburn has to guard the plate. Jackson Christian wants to get 2 right here. Infield at double play depth, outfield straight away. That one high. Kilburn thought about it. He had his stride forward but didn't bite at it, and it was a good thing. It was a ball. 1-2. 1 out. Runner on first. 6-3 lead for USJ. Infield wants to turn 2. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again over towards the third base side over the screen. We're trying to get you a softball score. Looks like it's 7-2 down there, but I cannot tell which inning it's in. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Eli Smith. Good job by him. The count now at 2-2 with the runner at first, and that's Scott. At the plate is Nash Kilburn. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Fouled off. Scott got a little better jump that time. And I think they are having to come over the dugout and get some of those baseballs. We fouled a lot of pitches off in this game. Wished we had a count for that. We're in the top of the third. USJ leading. Runner on first, 1 out. USJ's pitcher, who's 0 for 2, but he has scored a run as he got on with an error in the first. Jump turn, thrown low, and Green does a good job of keeping the ball from rolling away. Kelly would really like to get this hitter with this pitch, and it's high. So it's a full count, 3-2 with 1 out. Full set of signs by third base coach and head coach Danny Giles. That was both to the first base runner and the hitter. Here's the pitch. He's running. It's fouled off. That one fouled off, and the runner comes back. Now, I haven't picked up the indicator. You got to know the indicator, which tells you if the signs are real, phony, or what, and I have not had a chance to study signs like I used to. Here's the pitch. On the ground, could be 2. Up for 1. Across the first, stretching Daniel Green, and the great throw from Cole Vargason. It's a double play, but one big run crossed the plate for USJ. They have a 6-3 lead. Let's take a timeout here on the BallGame Blitz and Jackson Christian Facebook Network.
Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in teen sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your teen sports. You can email or call us for all your teen sports needs. Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction.
The best thing to order is when you are sitting at soccer practice, order it through your phone while you're sitting there, and then you go and pick it up.
But you're much more of a planner than me.
I am.
And that's what I love about you.
Yes.
You know, I'm not that prepared. It's more seat in my pants.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
We are back going into the bottom of the fourth. USJ picked up a big run and leads 6-3. The two aces, some people say, on the mound. Max Kilburn now out there for the Bruins. Austin Kelly pitching for Jackson Christian. Jackson Christian will bring the catcher, Eli Smith, to lead off the inning. Jack Collins, the senior left fielder, will hit second. Reed Cooper will hit third. Here's Eli. Eli had a big week last week, flied out to the center fielder his last time up. Got under it a little bit. The swings that young men use now have a little bit of arc to it, and sometimes you can get under a pitch. We're in the fourth inning. You can see on our scoreboard. You see our logo sponsors there. Swinging strike kind of went after one that was outside. See the Blacksmith, Jones Chevrolet, Dynamics, Physical Therapy, and Aloha Custom Pools. They help bring you this broadcast and the scoreboard. That one low. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Inside, and I thought he got awfully close. Brave man, Eli Smith, the catcher. It's 2-2. Please support some of these other sponsors like Kenny Sutherland with 5-Star Realty, and we'll tell you some more after the 2-2 pitch is on the way. That one is inside, made his knees move a little bit. Great American Sports. You can talk to Cole Vargason about that. Of course, Ben is the real guy you want to talk to. Cole playing a good shortstop. Southern Capital Advisors, David White Body Shop. It's a walk. Now, that's the way you come back from being down in the count, and you work it for a walk. Smith walks. There'll be a courtesy runner for Smith. That will be Brody Bennett, who had a pretty good ball game Friday against Parsons Riverside. He can play second base. Matter of fact, he can play just about any infield spot. He's also played some third base. Jack Collins, and they are in on the grass because they know that Jack Collins can bunt, and he is bunting. And had just angled. Jack knew what he wanted to do, was trying to accomplish it. Unfortunately, the angle of the bat allowed the ball to slide off into foul territory. 1-strike pitch. Third baseman backs up a step, but is still on the grass. That's Harden down there. Let's see what Jack's doing. He shows bunt. He offered at it, and it'll be strike 2. A little bit high to bunt. Again, he showed you some pretty good form, but went after a high pitch, and now he's got to guard the plate. Jack was a great defensive back for Jackson Christian in football. Doubles in sports, playing baseball. Could run on a track team. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Inside. Not sure why any of the fans even thought it was close. Now, I guarantee you the Jackson Christian fans didn't. The USJ fans thought it was a little close. 1-2 pitch. The breaking ball hit into right field. It's up in the air. It's back. It'll be caught there, and a good catch by the right fielder, Howard. Corbin Howard did a good job then. And again, as we've told you, Jack gave it a ride. It just didn't get there, and it is the first out with that runner at first. Brody Bennett. Let's see with Cooper up there. Reed Cooper, the second baseman. He's walked twice, scored once. Not a big lead for Bennett. Line drive, and they may get a double play. Getting back very Oh, the umpire called him out. You be the judge. I won't say anything. So a line drive to the third baseman for the third out. They doubled up the runner for Eli. And no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base at the end of 4. 6-3 USJ leading the Jackson Christian Eagles on the Jackson Christian Facebook. Let's take a timeout. Had an accident and in need of repairs? If you're being towed, Make sure the driver knows where to take it. David White Body Shop to expedite the repair process. David White Body Shop has been in business over 42 years. They have factory-trained certified technicians, and they are a direct repair shop for most insurance companies. They make sure your vehicle is repaired to manufacturer's recommendations. Always insist on the professionals at David White Body Shop. Whether you're relocating into Jackson or just wanting something new and different, call Kenny Sutherland with 5-Star Real Estate Services. He can help make your dreams become a reality. With over 20 years experience and helping over 1,000 families with their new home purchases, there's a reason that he is your new construction expert and home buying specialist. Call Kenny today, direct at 731-444-1164 or 731-661-9000. Game moving right along for the top of the fifth. And for USJ, it looks like Braden Jones will lead off. Nash hit into that double play to end the fourth. Jones walked into first, flied to right in the second. Jones, a freshman. He'll be facing Austin Kelly. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. That pitch misses, and it is 1-1 the count. Here's one driven deep. Easton Jones back there and makes the catch. It was hit a long way, but Jones was there for the first out in the inning. Y'all are not in here with us. I'm going to take a regular Coke, but I'm going to be greedy. Our concession stand is so good here. Chris is tempting me. I want a hot dog, too. Here's one popped up out in the outfield. Easton Jones on the run. Will he get there is the only question, and you better believe it. The speedy Easton Jones has put two people out in this inning. That was Clennon Harden, and that brings up the freshman Noah Britt, who's 0 for 2. 2 outs. Kelly's thrown 63 pitches. And has gotten his pitch count back out in count. He really was high because in the first inning he threw 26 pitches. Of course, part of that, an error caused the runner to get on. There's another nice pitch for a strike. Jackson Christian with a rough start. USJ knew what to do with it and put 5 in the first on there. Just missing, and everybody in the ballpark, both sets of fans held their breath on that one. 1-1. Could have easily been 2 strikes. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swinging strike 2 with 2 outs. Let's check it and see if you throw the tempter, the waste pitch, whatever you want to call it, or do you go after him right here? 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brett at the plate. The pitch just missing outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. If we had 2 runners on, we could say the deuces were wild. And in a minor league ballpark, a lot of them have the little bell, and they'll ring the bell when the deuces are wild. The 2-2 pitch on its way. Fouled off. And Noah Britt, the DH, big, strong, young freshman. Steps back in. The umpire says we're ready to play. We're ready for the 2-2 pitch. Kelly winds, fires, breaking ball. Oh, just missing. Just missing. 3-2. Don't want to lose this one. You want to get them out 3 up, 3 down. 68 pitches thrown, or actually 69 officially. Breaking ball, and it was swung on, or at least it was spinning, and that is a strikeout for Kelly. It's a 3rd out. We can say no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. The score at the end of 4 1/2 innings of play. USJ 6, Jackson Christian 3 will be back on the Jackson Christian Facebook and BallGame Blitz network.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles!
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Back for the bottom of the fifth, J.T. Mullins to lead off. Kilburn has thrown 72 pitches, 35 strikes. He has struck out 3. Kelly has struck out 4, thrown 70 pitches, 48 of them for strikes. And that pitch right on the inside corner, right on that black line of the plate. So JT in the hole, 0-1. Breaking ball right there too, and now JT's got to choke up maybe a little bit on the bat, guard that plate, and make contact. Billy Boland doing a great job. Here's a fouled off pitch. Third baseman gives chase. Paul Schultze has done a great job of replenishing the crew here. The only thing I'm going to fuss at him about, he's eating peanut M&Ms. And we like to give Paul a hard time sometimes. Ready for the 0-2 pitch. On the ground, soft roller. Second baseman ranges over, throws to first. Make that Jones to Foster for the first out in the inning. Score at 4-3 if you're keeping a book at home. 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors for USJ. 3 runs, 2 hits, and that error that kind of opened the floodgates for Jackson Christian. Zach Creasy 0 for 2 coming up to the plate. Zach would like to atone for that. Usually a very good contact hitter, wears number 24, just a junior. Got under it more than he wanted to. The catcher will give chase. It's going to be just over the screen. Be 1 ball and 1 strike. Zach can play basketball and was a very good basketball player. He's concentrating on his baseball right now. 1-1 count with 1 out. Jackson Christian needing base runners. USJ at normal depth, straight away in the outfield. Here's Kilburn's pitch. Outside, ball 2. Kilburn peers in, shakes off one side. Here's the pitch. It stays high. It's 3-1. And sometimes, even though you got the one you want in high school, I've seen pitchers, I know a couple of coaches that I've worked with that tells them to shake them off even though they're really not shaking them off. That one hit him? It did, and he'll take first base. Would have been ball 4 anyway. So Zach Creasy gets on. That's an important base runner as Jackson Christian trails by 3 with 1 out. Easton Jones, who is 1 for 2 with a big 3-run home run, comes up there, made 2 fine catches in the last inning out in center field. As USJ hit the ball a long way for him to run. He got him, though. Slightly open stance. You see our great center field camera shot. That one high. Zach Creasy can run. He's not pitching today, so let's see. You're a little leery of left-handers sometimes of getting a big lead, but if you watch them, they will telegraph whether they're coming to the plate or going home. Or they're coming to the plate or going to first. Now, the coaching staff has spotted something, and I think we're going to have a change. It's a 2-ball, no strike count. And it looks like, will Kilburn go to the bench? The right fielder is coming in to pitch. Wholesale changes being made by USJ. Or maybe it's just one change and we'll have somebody go to right field. Thought that the first baseman, Foster, was changing position. He's just going down to talk to his fellow infielders. Todd Lumley, our first base coach, Chase McLean over at third. Of course, Brian Bullard and Coach Holt and Coach Cantrell all in the dugout over there. If anybody's got a middle school score, we'd like to know what happened with that game. The Jackson Christian USJ Middle School's supposed to have played or are playing right now. And Paul, I'm going to get you to, we'll get Paul to look down the line and see if he can see. And Paul, can you see what the score is down at the girls softball game?
Yes, sir.
I know it was 7-2 a while ago. It's hard to see it. Paul is stretching, folks. 10-5. And Jackson Christian trailing that game. They're playing Gibson County.
Yeah, they're in the bottom of the seventh. Or top of the seventh. I don't know. They're in the seventh.
Okay, the runner at first is the responsibility. Howard is on as pitcher. And we will pick up the young man in right field. It may be Kilburn may have gone to right field because I don't think they want to take their leadoff man out of the game. Infield remains the same. 1 out, 2 ball count is what Howard inherits. Corbin Howard's first pitch is high, 3-0. You've got your number 4 hitter, guy that's hit a home run. Is the take on, or do you hit the caution pitch? That one's a strike over the outside corner. Howard with the right place to throw that particular baseball. 3-1 count. Creasy, let's see if he gets a little bigger lead. That one is outside, and they walked him, and that puts runners on first and second. Austin Kelly on deck with Carson Holt striding to the plate. You got right-hander and Howard a right-hander. The catcher wisely goes out, and they'll check signals. You change them when there's a runner on second because even at the high school level, you have some runners that are astute enough to pick it up and relay it. Not all of them can do that, but some of these guys that's played a lot of travel ball and they're towards their senior or junior years can do a lot of brilliant things. Carson Holt at the plate with 1 out and 2 runners on. It's low and inside. Carson, a strong left-handed hitter. He can reach the fence, especially in right field. Good speed on the bases. Crease hit second. Jones hit first. USJ infield at double play depth. It's low. Catcher did his best to block it, but it squirmed away with the spin, and the runners are at second and third. That taking off the traditional type of double play. Base hit would mean 1, possibly 2. That one is a strike right at the knees and over the inside black part of the plate. If Carson Holt were to hit one down the line in left field, we might be running all day till tomorrow. They are really playing him to hit to right field. It's up in the air. Runner will tag. Let's see if he tries it. He is. They're going to make the out, the second out. Scoring is Zach Creasy. An important run gets the Eagles back to within 6-4. Base runner did not advance. That's a sac fly to center field, RBI. Austin Kelly can help his own cause. He comes up here with 2 outs. 0 for 1, walk back in the first inning. That's Howard's 7th pitch. Six-4 game. Drill to right, but it'll like a slice off of my driver, and it goes to the right and out of bounds. way out of bounds. In other words, out of fair play. And if it hits a cars, you can use David White Body Shop. We'll let you know if it hits one, though. 0-1 pitch, double checking the runner at second. Breaking ball, line drive, and that's 2 line drives that the third baseman, Harden, has picked off to help the cause, and that ends the inning. A great job by Harden down there because that was a hard hit ball tailing away, but 1 run has come in. It came in on a sacrifice fly. And after the 5th is over, Jackson Christian trails USJ 6-4. Let's take a timeout on the BallGame Blitz and the Jackson Christian Facebook.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at Humboldt Dodge Chrysler Jeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
And we are back. You see Austin Kelly with his warm-up tosses. The peg down to second by Eli Smith. 6-4. We're in the top of the 6th. Kelly has thrown 70 pitches, 48 of them for strikes. Leading off will be number 10, Max Kilburn for USJ. Max is 0 for 2. He'd like to get on base and contribute to their cause. Kelly would like to take this one 3 up and 3 down. And he will, of course, he lined out that time. Daniel Green will lead off the bottom of the 6th. Time running out, but this is Max Kilburn, the shortstop. First pitch, a strike. Rough first inning for both teams. USJ getting 5 out of that first inning, 3 for Jackson Christian. Since then, both teams have only had 1 run. That one comes high and tight. That's one of those that could have given you Excedrin headache number 64 or whatever. One and 1 pitch, low and away. 73 pitches by Kelly. Yo. The final softball score 11-2, right?
I don't think it's final.
No, not final. We'll check it again in a minute, but we got.
It's final. It's final. Yep.
Jackson Christian lost a tough game. This one counts 2-2 on the shortstop, Max Kilburn. Kelly really wants that one, but we appreciate that great camera work. Our guys are terrific. That's all you can say about them. Paul and Billy Boland here. Of course, Christopher Reasons, our man for Jackson Christian School work. Kilburn steps out of the batter's box, and this is Max. Nash is the one that was pitching, and according to what's on Game Changer, he went to right field. Outside, that runs the count to 3-2. Trust me, Austin Kelly does not want to lose him right here. Both teams play good fundamental baseball, and a sacrifice bunt or something like that can help determine the outcome of this game as you see the hitter step out. Good picture of umpire, catcher, hitter, and pitcher. You can see Austin Kelly go into the wind and fire. Breaking ball, and it's going to be in a tough spot. Daniel Green ranges back and gets that one for the first out of the inning. We'll, instead of putting F 3, that one we'll call it with the little semicircle or half circle that you put over it for the first out. Here's a young man that's had a big day, 1 for 2, Logan Foster, the junior. He had that big double with 3 RBIs. He fouls that one off for strike 1. Kelly at the 77 pitch mark. And that was actually the 78th pitch. Umpire wanted to throw a new baseball in there, and he did. Umpires still have to keep those arms sharp. Nice pitch for a strike. 0-2. And again, you want every hitter, but you want to get through this inning with 3 up and 3 down. Top of the 6. On the ground, Cole Vargason has to range to his left. Sets his feet, long throw, and couldn't dig it out. It hit the ground. And they will score that one an error. Green did his best to. And like I said, Vargason had to range to his left. Infield will play at double play depth. 1 out. Let's see if the sacrifice is on as Harrison McLean, the freshman, who has a home run and a single. I don't know that they'll be doing that, but let's see what happens. Going to get a pinch runner in there for USJ, and we'll tell you who that is in just a moment. And that is number 19. That is Reed Finney in there. Finney running. Finney running for Foster. 1 out in the inning. Harrison McLean 2 for 2 today. Home run in the first. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Outfield a little deeper, but straight away. Infield at double play depth. Inching off with that lead, and good job by Austin Kelly to drive the runner back. Now again, remember, pitchers need to vary their speed of their pickoff moves, and you've got to know when you throw in your number one or your best pickoff move. Sometimes it's, I know you're there. Fouled off, and I was ready to put my hand up and stop it from hitting Paul and I, but the screen stopped it first. Big pitch here, 0-2. 81 pitches by Kelly against the 2 for 2 McLean. This young man going to be a very good player for USJ, just a freshman, just like we've got some good freshmen also, and saw some fine talent in that JV game.
I'm going to put up a sign that says hot dogs, $10. Cheeseburgers, $16.
0-2 pitch, ready to come. A little lean by the runner. Driven to right field, but the speedy J.T. Mullen gets over there and catches it for the second out. Corbin Howard, who's now pitching, he has struck out and sacrificed, so he's 0 for 1 officially. Strides to the plate. Kelly with 82 pitches. After a rough, I believe, 26 pitches in that first inning. Drill to center, Easton Jones on his horse. Easton gets there and retires the side. There were no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. So at the end of 5 1/2 innings of play, USJ still leads Jackson Christian 6-4. We'll be back on the ball game Blitz for the bottom of the 6. Whether you're relocating into Jackson or just wanting something new and different, call Kenny Sutherland with 5-Star Real Estate Services. He can help make your dreams become a reality. With over 20 years experience and helping over 1,000 families with their new home purchases, there's a reason that he is your new construction expert and home buying specialist. Call Kenny today, direct at 731-444-1164 or 731-661-9000.
This is not your typical car dealer ad. You usually see words like this and numbers like this. I'm not doing it. We have discounts. We have special interest rates, just like everybody else. What they don't have is me.
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 Me. Me. Buy your next vehicle where you feel comfortable, and that's with us. Visit online for savings and rates. You should already be here.
And Corbin Howard back on for his second inning work. His dad is Ben Howard, who played minor league and major league baseball. His dad pitched at JCM with a young man named Garner, and they had a tough 1-2 punch. Here comes Daniel Green. He's hit the ball on the nose both times, but unfortunately they have been outs. This one popped up, and it's going to be in foul territory and hits the ground. Green, a very strong young man, had 2 home runs last week, and I know he had at least 5 RBIs. Right now, Jackson Christian just needing base runners, although if he were able to hit one out of here. Got 2 good players. Green, the future UTC tight end. Corbin Howard, the quarterback for USJ. But pitching right now, his pitch, and that was the curveball. And Green in the hole will have to guard the plate now. Kind of takes away a little bit of your home run swing when you get in the hole like that. Unofficially, the 10th pitch for Howard. I'll get my pitch count caught up. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Overthrown just a hair, trying to hit that outside corner. It's ball 1. And 11 pitches is the correct count now after that one. Like I said, Green has hit the ball hard in his first 2 at-bats, but a couple of atom balls, especially the one shot to shortstop. Breaking ball stayed high, and it's even at 2-2. Still, the pitcher has one more pitch before he's kind of in a hole and has to bring it in. So right now you can see the fastball, you can see the curve. See what they come up with. Again, popped up. This one got under it a little more, and the first baseman finally takes charge, and Green has popped up to him for the first out. And the first baseman did a good job of staying with it. And that may be Finney in there at first base. We'll see when I get a number. Coming up to bat, the very good young catcher, Eli Smith, who's 0 for 2. Or actually 0 for 1, officially. And that pitch for a ball. Corbin Howard in relief of Nash Kilburn. Yeah, he's got a good number 1. His fastball is excellent, but missing. 2 balls, no strikes. Jackson Christian with only 2 hits today. That one caught the outside corner of the plate. Jackson Christian has hit a lot of what I call atom balls. They've hit them hard on the nose, but right at people. Third baseman has made 2 great line drive catch, that being Harden. You see the shoulder dip, the slice off to the right side, foul, out of play. Two-two pitch as Corbin Howard has worked his way back into a favorable situation. The umpire wants to punch him out and does. I'll let you be the judge on that one. 2 outs in the inning, and Jack Collins up there. Jack is 0 for 1, having flied out to the right fielder. And like I said, you can go back and watch this game. It'll be archived on Worthy Road Studios YouTube network. And you probably ought to go back and take a look at it and see what you think. Depends on your perspective. Kind of like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda would say, many of the things we cling to depend on your perspective. Here's a ground ball, the right side. Second baseman up and over. And that should have been Jones to first. And that is the third out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. At the end of 6 innings of play, USJ leads 6-4. We'll be back on the BallGame Blitz and Jackson Christian Facebook network after this.
It's the off season, but it's the best season to buy at Aloha Custom Pools. Snag your dream pool now, and we promise you'll be splashing around by Memorial Day. What are you waiting for? Give us a call or visit us at AlohaCustomPools.com.
Why go on vacation when you can live on vacation?
Aloha Custom Pools will help you create your very own piece of paradise, and you can enjoy it every day.
What are you waiting for?
Take the plunge. Call Aloha Custom Pools or visit us online.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Hello folks, this is Gary Deaton, right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installations, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
We are back, and a new pitcher for Jackson Christian School, Zach Creasy, who did a very good job coming in relief in the Riverside game last Friday. And he will pitch the 7th for Jackson Christian. Austin Kelly will go to shortstop, and let's see if Cole Vargason does move to third. He does. The infield, Daniel Green, Reed Cooper, Austin Kelly, Cole Vargason, Smith catching, Collins in left, Easton Jones in center, J.T. Mullins in right, and Zach Creasy, the junior, wearing 24 on the mound. Leading off, the number 9 hitter, Wyatt Scott, the senior. Wyatt is 1 for 2. Had a single back, let's see, in the 4th. I want to check and make sure. Popped out in the 1st inning. Here's the pitch. And he broke and went around. The umpire does ring him up down at first base also. So it's an 0-1 pitch now to come in just a second. Zach works pretty quick most of the time. Swinging strike 2, and that one that was like Von Ryan's Express right there. Had a little mustard on it. 0-2 count to Scott, who is 1 for 2 at the plate, right-handed hitter, balanced stance. That one in the dirt about, the plate is 60 feet 6 inches. That one went on about 59.11. Another one of those useless baseball stats. Here's a great shot by our cameras. The 1-2 pitch. Good fall. Easton coming on hard, and he has to play it safely. And that's where a young man throws hard, and the opposing hitter just reaches out and lets the bat do the work. A single, a runner on first with no outs in the top of the order. And that brings up Nash Kilburn, the leadoff man. Kilburn was on with an error in the first. He's 0 for 3. He did score in that big first inning. Up in front of the plate a little bit. Left-handed hitter. He's bunting, and he may beat it out for a hit. And it is a good stop by Green, and so that is a hit, although you know he was really sacrificing, but he scored a hit. Now there are runners in first and second with no outs, and the hitter is Braden Jones, the second baseman, who has walked and flied out. Jones, I believe, is 0 for 2 officially. He is. And another bunt. And we go to first with it, and covering was Reed Cooper, but there are runners in second and third, and that will count as a sacrifice bunt. There's been several bunts laid down, and that is the first out of the inning. Now the question is, does Jackson Christian's infield come in? And they are. They're going to come into they got to cut the run down at the plate in a 6-4 game. And they're going to put the runner on. Walking Clennon Harden. You don't have to throw 4 balls up there. So the sacks are jammed. 1 out. Jackson Christian will play for the double play at short and second. First and third base are right at the edge of the grass. Matter of fact, Green may be right up in the cutoff. A swinging strike to the freshman Noah Britt, who's 0 for 3 today. And it looks like going to be a little conference about the signs and things like that. Always keep things straight. Know who's covering where. Outfield playing straight away. Jackson Christian really wants the double play. All USJ wants is a base hit right here. Low and blocked well by Eli Smith. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases loaded. In other words, ducks on the pond. Great shot right there at home plate of the third base dugout. Fouled off for strike 2. Big, important pitch here. You'd love to have the strikeout. You'll tell you won't be unhappy with the double play. You just don't want to see a wild pitch, pass ball, an error, or a sac fly. Could be a sacrifice fly. It'll be caught, tag up. The run will score an insurance run. And this is high school baseball, so you don't do what I'm going to tell you about. Sometimes you actually, if they're foul, drop those in the major leagues. But Brett, with a big sacrifice fly, gets the run home, and a runner advances to third. And with 2 outs, Max Kilburn, the hitter, the shortstop, 7-4. Jackson Christian will have to come up with at least 3. This inning not over for USJ. And again, I think it's wise Smith wants to go out and talk to his pitcher. Runners at first and third. 7 runs and 7 hits for USJ. 4 runs, 2 hits, but 2 errors for the Eagles. Creasy pitching out of the stretch. See if the runner's running. Drilled on the ground, Reed Cooper. Crow hop over to first. 3 outs, but a big run has been picked up. And this will be the bottom of the 7th coming up as USJ leads 7-4 over Jackson Christian. Let's take a timeout on the Jackson Christian Facebook.
This is not your typical car dealer ad. You usually see words like this and numbers like this. I'm not doing it. We have discounts. We have special interest rates, just like everybody else. What they don't have is me.
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 Me. Me. Buy your next vehicle where you feel comfortable, and that's with us. Visit online for savings and rates. You should already be here.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
We're back as you see Corbin Howard taking his warm-up tosses. He came on in relief of Nash Kilburn. Jackson Christian has hit the ball on the nose, but they've hit too many atom balls at somebody, and a couple of great fielding plays, especially by the third baseman for USJ. That probably saved 3 to 4 runs, his 2 plays. And it'll be up to the hitters, it looks like. Leading off will be Reed Cooper, J.T. Mullins, and Zach Creasy, the top of the order, to get some runs. Zach Creasy on in relief here of Austin Kelly has done a very good job. Jackson Christian needing 3 runs to keep this game going, 4 to win it. And here's a strike. Howard's thrown 22 pitches. 1-1 the count. Swinging strike 2. Reed makes connection with that as he was going for the downs. So a 1-2 pitch. Here comes Corbin Howard. A fastball low and away. Evens the count at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging strike 3, held on to the tip. So there's 1 out in the inning. Brings up J.T. Mullins. JT scored in that first inning on the home run. He is 1 for 3 today. And at this point, Jackson Christian needs base runners. They are trailing by 3. USJ picking up an important run on a sacrifice fly in the top of the 7th. And Corbin Howard with the strike. If it was earlier in the game and he was pitching, he's falling off to the right side of the mound. I'm sure there'd be some bunt attempts. That one high, that was the number 1, the fastball. Great picture there from our first base camera. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Good call by the umpire. These two teams will play again tomorrow. My colleague Steve Beverly will be calling that one on USJ's Facebook. Fouled off. Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's 1 out. J.T. Mullins at the plate. He has one of the 2 hits Jackson Christian has. Zach Creasy on deck. And wisely, JT says, I need a timeout. He took too long. Great scoreboard there. Catcher goes out to talk to his pitcher. Don't forget that Carlock Nissan, Aloha Pools, Jones Chevrolet, the Blacksmith Restaurant, Dynamics Physical Therapy, Humboldt, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Elite Dental, Bank of Jackson, McCoy's Heating and Air, and Deaton's Carpet One are some of the sponsors that bring you this game that you don't have to pay like the National Federation. 2-2 pitch, and they're going to ring him up. That's a call, third strike. He took that one. There are 2 outs, and Zach Creasy must get on base to keep this game going. Also, don't forget about Kenny Sutherland with 5 Star Realty, Great American Sports, Southern Capital Advisors, David White's Body Shop. Please support our advertisers who make Worthy Road Studios show BallGame Blitz broadcast the high quality they are. That one outside. Creasy just wants to get on. And as I've said it several times, Jackson Christian needs base runners. They've got to plate 3 runs with 2 outs. Popped up, out of play. The count evens at 1-1. Garner on in relief. He has thrown 31 pitches. A big 5 spot in the first for USJ. Jackson Christian came back with 3 on a Easton Jones home run. Popped up and out of play. Two solo runs has run it to 7 for USJ on 7 hits. 1 solo run in an inning has run it to 4 for Jackson Christian, who has 2 hits and 2 errors. Up in the air. Will it hang up long enough for the center fielder to get there? He ranges over, makes the catch, and there is jubilation for the USJ team. Jackson Christian will come back tomorrow and be forced to have to win that one to get a split out of it, because this is an important district game here. Right now, USJ has command of the district because they already have a win, 2 wins over TCA. And Jackson Christian, under the gun, travels to the Bruins field tomorrow. We're going to take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll have some stats for you and some thoughts on the game. You're on the Jackson Christian Worthy Road Studios Facebook page.
Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in teen sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your teen sports. You can email or call us for all your teen sports needs. Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction.
Had an accident and in need of repairs? If you're being towed, make sure the driver knows where to take it. David White Body Shop to expedite the repair process. David White Body Shop has been in business over 42 years. They have factory-trained certified technicians, and they are a direct repair shop for most insurance companies. They make sure your vehicle is repaired to manufacturer's recommendations. Always insist on the professionals at David White Body Shop.
The best thing to order is when you are sitting at soccer practice, order it through your phone while you're sitting there, and then you go and pick it up.
But you're much more of a planner than me.
I am.
And that's what I love about you.
Yes.
You know, I'm not that prepared. It's more seat of my pants.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Whether you're relocating into Jackson or just wanting something new and different, call Kenny Sutherland with 5 Star Real Estate Services. He can help make your dreams become a reality. With over 20 years experience and helping over 1,000 families with their new home purchases, there's a reason that he is your new construction expert and home buying specialist. Call Kenny today, direct at 731-444-1164 or 731-661-9000.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000. plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles!
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
We're back at Jackson Christian, where both teams are doing their meeting. I think USJ has finished theirs. They've got to be extremely jubilant. They win 7-4 over Jackson Christian. Jackson Christian hit the ball hard, but the third baseman for USJ took away at least 3 runs with 2 fine line drive catches. And the line score went University School of Jackson, 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Jackson Christian, 4 runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors. The winning pitcher was Nash Kilburn, pardon me. Max played shortstop. The losing pitcher today, Austin Kelly. Austin came back after a rough 26-pitch first inning and was wound up throwing 84 pitches for 59 strikes. Zach Creasy came on and threw 11 pitches in the 7th, 9 of them strikes. But what really pushed it a little out of range was that sacrifice fly run scored in the 7th inning by USJ. For USJ, Kilburn, that's Nash Kilburn, was 1 for 4 hitting. Harden was 1 for 3. Foster 1 for 3. McLean had 2 hits and 3 at-bats, and so did Scott. They had a great day. McLean had a home run for them. Kilburn went 4 in a third innings. Gave up 2 hits, allowed 4 runs, 3 of them earned. Walked 8, struck out 3. Howard came on for 2.2 innings of relief and gave up no hits and no runs and struck out 3. Kilburn threw 83 pitches, 40 strikes. Howard 34 pitches, 21 strikes. Kilburn faced 22 batters, Howard 9. Let's go up to Jackson Christian and get their stats. Only 2 hits, and Jones' 3-run home run was one of them. He had 3 RBIs on the day. The other hit was J.T. Mullins, 1 for 4. As a team, they walked 8 times but struck out a total of 6 times. In total bases, Jones had 4, Mullins had 1. Holt was hit by a pitch. Holt also had a sacrifice fly. Had a couple of errors. Austin Kelly went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 6 runs, and because of the way they score things, errors, that caused only one of those to be an earned run. He only walked 1 man, struck out 4. Zach Creasy came on through the 7th. 2 hits, he gave up 1 run, and that was an earned run, 1 base on balls, did not strike out any. Kelly threw 84 pitches. 59 of them strikes. Creasy, 11 pitches, 9 for strikes. Kelly faced 26 batters. Creasy faced 6. These 2 teams will play again tomorrow at 6 o'clock with Steve Beverly on the call. It will not be on Jackson Christian's Facebook page. It will be on USJ's Facebook page, the BallGame Blitz and Worthy Road Studios bringing it to you. Let me remind you that this game will be archived on Worthy Road Studios' YouTube page. And this is a copyright broadcast. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, editing, or further use of this BallGame Blitz production without the express written consent of Worthy Road Studios is prohibited. Our director today and producer, I call him both of them, Paul's the executive producer, was Christopher Reasons. The main camera was Billy Boland. Coach Joe Holloway called it, and we will tell you the final score was 7-4. USJ wins over Jackson Christian. And remember to support our sponsors, and we'll say thanks for your time this time. Till next time, good night all.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillies, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.